We represent SATRO, an education charity based here in Surrey for nearly 40 years now. We work in schools from primary to post-16, and our remit is to inspire young people to engage in university education, engage in careers, and challenge their perceptions for the future. So the title of our talk today is about volunteering in education, and volunteering has very much become something that young people, employees and employers are very much looking towards, and the value of volunteering in education, it's a win-win situation. The impact on young people and the impact on both employees and employers is so important. Jane's going to have a quick introduction to the impact in schools, and particularly after the COVID pandemic, it is more necessary than ever. We ran a STEM festival in March. Those young people were in year 8 going into year 9. They had not been out on a visit or had anybody in to see them since summer of year 5, and they will be making their GCS choices next year. Over to you, Jane.
Okay, thank you. So how do we do this? Well, we organise events, challenges, and things like problem-solving, engineering challenges. So they're all set up so our volunteers can come in knowing that they're doing something that's already tried and tested. All our events are designed to help students look forward with confidence to their future progression. Why do we do it? So it improves cognitive abilities, things like they apply previous learning experiences. It helps them learn about making informed decisions and problem solving. It's an opportunity to work independently that they don't always get within schools and in teams. They gain employability skills, so we use the skills builder, which is from primary all the way up to the workplace. And that helps them to learn about the skills that they're using, how to apply them, and also how to articulate them, which is particularly important when they get to like CV writing, interview skills, those sorts of things, because sometimes they don't know what skills they have, let alone be able to talk about them. And personal effectiveness. So it builds confidence and self-esteem, it builds their resilience, and it also gives them confidence in their own abilities. It's a chance for them to be successful, particularly those students that maybe aren't as academic. Sometimes this is a place where they shine when they come along to our events, which is so important. So what does it look like? Well, you can come along and volunteer at things like Career Speed Networks, STEM workshops, careers talks, where you share your experiences and your career paths, but also sharing your business acumen and experience with enterprise days and business games. They're all really important. And what's the impact? Well, it changes attitudes, it gives them their confidence, it changes attainment. So there's studies that show that it changes their actual results in exams because they're able to contextualize that learning, so they see the usefulness of that learning within their schools. It gives them confidence to think about fulfilling their career aspirations because they're seeing people that look like them. When we talk about STEM, quite often the young people are thinking it's Einstein that's out there, or in engineering you have to be brilliant at maths. And when they meet our ambassadors and realise they're just normal people, it really gives them the confidence to aspire to those. And the changes in attainment are particularly big with those middle-range children, those ones that aren't succeeding at the moment, because all of a sudden they're seeing role models that they might not have at home or in their families.
Yeah, thank you, Jane. It's so important, and today, actually, the number of people volunteering is actually declining, and that is not just a result of COVID. It's been a gradual decline since 2013-14. Employers are very much looking towards using volunteering as a way to engage their employees. Why? Because if you look at what they're focused on, it's prosperity, which you could say is profit. It's their impact on their local, regional, international communities. It's the planet. Everybody is involved in sustainability today, and part of what we do are sustainability programs, but that is so important for companies. But most of all, their people. And that's not just their employees, it's their community, it's their families, it's the people that are in the local community. Next month we're doing an event at King's College, literally just over the A3, one of the most disadvantaged areas in Surrey. We're taking STEM in there, we're looking for volunteers. What can volunteering in education do for you? Both as a student, but also as an employee. Individual benefits to you. You build your own skills. You build pride in what you do, and you see achievement because you're giving back to young people, you're inspiring young people. In a recent study by Employers in Education, 80% of volunteers in education said they saw an increase in their communications, their influencing skills, and their relationship skills. This is something that builds skills within an organization. The organization itself sees feedback, engaging in their local community, their brand, their reputation. And that is ever more important with skills shortages and the employment situation is at the moment. Not only that, they see 68% increase in productivity at work. They see 99% increase in motivation because their employees are giving back. But more widely than that, they're giving back to society. They're accessing skilled support. They're accessing greater productivity as an organization, and the understanding that their employees and their organization has about the society that they're working in when they're looking to recruit, when they're looking to expand, is increased. In our recent STEM festival, which I just mentioned, 62% of students attending on the day met someone or took part in an activity that has changed their attitude to STEM. 75% were introduced to careers they didn't even know existed. That is why it is so important for us to take real-world people into schools and give them the inspiration which they so sorely lack, not just because of COVID, but certainly even more so because of COVID and the lack of access to that at whichever stage of school they are. I was in a primary school this morning. Lots of those young people are coming into school. Unless their family has access to inspirational things, they're not getting it. We just talked about primary school children who suddenly finding themselves in year 8 looking to make GCSE choices who haven't had that. We have a research summer placement program. Those young people didn't do GCSEs. They didn't do anything last year with their pre-A levels. They're looking forward to making applications to universities like this. It is so important. It gives back to you. It gives back to society. But most of all, it inspires a generation to become the people that are standing in front of us today. So SATRO, based here 40 years, we're just in the Research Park, and we have a stand in the hall next door. So if you'd like to come and speak to us, we're there. Thank you very much for your attention.